Good afternoon, boys and girls.
Good afternoon, Miss Archie.
You guys I feel so special. Well, I'm here. Your teacher was nice enough for me to allow me to come and share a story with you. The story that I want to share with you is called The Greedy Triangle. Raise your hand if you've ever seen this book or heard of this book. A few of you, very good. So then I get to share something new. That's good. And I get to share something that I love. I love math. And this book is all about math. Now, as we look at the cover of the book, what can you think the story is about? Let's have the young lady in the yellow shirt. About a triangle. I think you are right. What about you in the back? Different kinds of shapes. Possibly. Interesting. A triangle that's very greedy. I think you're using the title to help you figure that one out, right? Very good. And last one. A triangle that loves that. The Greedy Triangle is written by Marilyn Burns and illustrated by Gordon Silveria. Raise your hand if you know what the illustrator does. What does the illustrator do, Joe? Draws the pictures. Another thing that I love. I like to draw. I do that a lot in my classroom. How many of you like to draw? All right. So I think you guys are going to enjoy the illustrations in this book, The Greedy Triangle by Marilyn Burns. Take a look at that. What do you notice about this page? These are called the end pages, by the way. What do you notice about these end pages? Katie? The petals on these flowers are shapes. That is correct. What else do you notice? I love illustrations because one person can see one thing and somebody else can see something completely different. What do you see, Jacob?
I see different shapes on the squares.
Excellent. Jacob is able to name some of these shapes. Katie sees shapes. Jacob names the square, the triangle. What about you, citizen?
As they go up, they get bigger and bigger.
You're right. As the shapes get changed, they get taller and taller on these end pages. Yes, ma'am. What are you saying?
I think there's a triangle flower that is first. I think he wants to be first always.
You think the triangle wants to be first always? Maybe that's why he's so greedy. Let's start reading. A Greedy Triangle. I love these colors. I like bright colors. The Greedy Triangle by Marilyn Burns. This is our title page, guys. Once there was a triangle that was, as most triangles are, always busy. The triangle spent its time holding up roofs, supporting bridges, making music in a symphony orchestra, catching the wind for sailboats, being slices of pie and halves of sandwiches, and much, much more. Raise your hand if you recognize some of these things that you see in your life at home, like the halves of sandwiches, the pieces of pie. Ooh, I love pie. You see that too. The triangle's favorite thing, however, was to slip into place when people put their hand on their hips. That way, I always hear the latest news, it said, which I can tell my friends. So he's listening to what other people are saying, and then he's passing it on. You know what that's called? What's that called? Messy. Some people call that, starts with the G. Do you know it in the blue shirt in the back? What is it? Greedy? Not quite. Let's see, in the red shirt right here. Nosy. Some people call that gossip. Have you ever heard of that word? Gossip. So I think this triangle likes to gossip. One day, the triangle began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So, the triangle went to see the local shape shifter. What do you think a shape shifter does? In the pink shirt. shapeshifter is probably someone who changes other shapes. How may I help you? The shapeshifter asked the triangle. I think if I had just one more side and one more angle, said the triangle, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. So take a look at this picture. Here's our triangle. If it has one more side and one more angle, what shape will it become? A square. Yes, sir.
Remember that first grade where I showed all of those shapes? I think that's him changing into different shapes.
Wow, you think that the triangle is going to become all of these shapes that we saw on this first page?
Yes.
Let's see. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the triangle into a actually a quadrilateral. You know what a quadrilateral is?
No.
This is a new word for you guys. A quadrilateral is actually any shape that has 4 sides. So is the square the only shape that has 4 sides?
No.
No. But we know that the triangle has become a square, which we can also call a quadrilateral. Life changed in a wonderful way. The quadrilateral was happy with all the new things it could do. The quadrilateral could be a baseball diamond, or first, second, or third base. It could take a position on a checkerboard or a chessboard. It could be a television screen, a computer screen, or a movie screen. It could frame windows or frame pictures, or much, much more. Take a look at that picture. Do you guys recognize some of these things?
Yes.
Now think about it. We see shapes all over the place. What are some squares that you guys see? Besides what you see in the picture, think about your classroom. Think about this school. Think about your home. What are some squares that you see in your everyday life? Yes, sir.
Right there.
Right there. These sticky notes with the numbers on them. Very good. In the yellow shirt.
The ceiling tiles.
The ceiling tiles. Wow, you guys are really good. Dynasty. This board? The bulletin board. Yes, ma'am. That's a square. Let's see. Right here in the blue shirt. Yes, ma'am.
Those subtractions.
Up in the top. Yes. Those are actually not squares, but they do have 4 sides, so they are quadrilaterals. Very good, boys and girls. Those buttons on the smart board, they have 4 sides. Yes, ma'am. The smart board itself has 4 sides. You're right. Katie. The S-O. Oh, this right here. Oh, you guys are really good at identifying these squares. Now I'm going to ask for some more volunteers. So those of you who have thoughts, let's put them in your pocket and hold them until the next time, okay? See all the things that this square can now do. The quadrilateral's favorite thing, however, was to be the pages of a book. I learned so many interesting stories that way, it said, which I can tell my friends. So he can still learn new things and share them with his friends. And these are his friends. The quadrilateral's friends liked hearing the stories. I think I would too. All the stories that you get out of books. I love reading books. But one day, the quadrilateral began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So, the quadrilateral went back to the shapeshifter. And what do you think he asked for? Yes, sir. To turn into another shape. Let's see. How may I help you now? The shapeshifter asked the quadrilateral. I think if I had just one more side and one more angle, said the quadrilateral, my life would be more interesting. That's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. Poof! The shapeshifter turned the quadrilateral into, you know the name? What did you say? So close. Jacob, you want to try it? A house shape. That is exactly what it looks like. You know the name. Yes.
Is it a pentagon?
It's a